AJ! AJ!
Brian!
AJ!
Hey, guess what?
What? Oh, what?
The first PSVR2 based game movie,
AJ!
I think is out now or like sometime.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, where
You gonna go see You gonna see Gran Turismo?
No. Are you gonna go see Gran Turismo?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, really? Like in the theater? Theater?
Yeah.
Man. What about everybody in the chat? Like I feel like when they debuted this and they're like the concept of it alone, we all just kind of rolled our eyes at. But it's a big budget Sony movie. It's like, let me know in the chat. Are you guys gonna go watch Gran Turismo in the theater? Are you interested in it? Because I feel like I tuned that out the second they announced it.
Well, hey, guess what, Brian?
What AJ?
Guess what else?
What?
No Man's Sky got an update, Brian. Woo!
All right,
and it looks amazing.
All right. If we're gonna talk about it, let's just
Trench
start.
run.
Well, let's just start the show because we're gonna talk about this shit. Ready?
Let's go.
Let's go. This is PSVR GameScast Live. We film live every single Monday, Wednesday, and 2 Lives Friday right here on YouTube. We do it live 6 p.m. Eastern for your viewing pleasure. All those who like to listen with your eyes. But for all those who like to watch with your ears, we also put this up on podcast services of your choice. Thanks to our good friend Rypop doing God's work over there. Also, if this show is too goddamn long for you, we totally understand. It's kind of too long for us too. But luckily, our friend Sci-Fi Gamecat Henry puts timestamps into this sucker after the fact, and we thank you for it. My name is Brian Pop, and this gentleman right here, PSVR Without Parole. And this gentleman over here to my left, your right, it's AJ from the Underground. PSVR Underground.
Interloper. What is up, Brian? What is up, Game Cats? Happy Monday and woo-wee! I know that Mondays usually suck, but let me tell you, Brian, we are here to ensure their Monday sucks. A whole lot less today, Brian.
This much less?
There's no like this much, like not just a little bit, like a lot. We're aiming high. We're shooting big here.
Brian-sized amount. That's what they call that. AJ, what the fuck you been doing since the last time I saw you? I guess I saw you yesterday, technically, in VR. We were playing some shit together. But, we didn't talk.
You already know, Brian. You already know. I've been playing the hell out of Redacted. I've been playing the hell out of No Man's Sky. Absolutely, dude, nonstop. I'm actually working on a couple videos right now. Yes, They are coming. Yes, the first one is almost done. I'm running out of like solid state drive space at this point from all the footage I'm capturing. But yeah, man, I'm working on a guide. I've been playing that. I'm working on a guide for beginners for that I'm really excited to share. And then it's like that's not enough. Like that's just the quickest thing I can get out is like a full commentary walkthrough, basically, of the first hour and a half or so of like what you need to do first. And then I'm gonna be like, okay, from here, then there's gonna be a shorter, smaller, condensed video of like this is what you can do. These are the things I recommend doing. These are the best things to try out with the new and improved, enhanced graphics. But I'm selfish, Brian. I'm really selfish. Because I also just had to play some myself and just enjoy the game too. I don't want to just be making content on it. I want to like play it too. That's I kind of want to do that more. And so I did do the freighter battle. They have pirate freighters that you warp in, and usually there'd be like a civilian freighter, and it would just be like flashing red lights, alarms going off, and you got to protect it from these ships. Now you beam in and there's like giant lasers being shot at it, and you look over and there's a giant ass pirate freighter ship, and man, they really Star Wars Squadroned the hell out of this game now because it operates very much like a battle cruiser. I don't know. I'm not a big Star Wars. I don't know all the Star Wars lingo, but I think it's called a battle cruiser. And like, yeah, you do the trench run and do it in VR. Oh my God. It's glorious. There's turrets to take out. There's shields to take out doing the trench run. There's ships everywhere. Just chaos. And it's a lot of fun, man. So I've been having the best of times over here, Brian.
I love that you're talking about all the cool stuff you can do in this game, all the stuff that the Echoes update added, and then the footage I'm playing is me wandering around my very first planet trying to figure out how to make metal sheeting. It's
all in the guide. That's all in the guide. It tells you how to do it within like the first 5 minutes.
and when is this guide going to be ready, AJ? Because I'm still stuck on the planet.
I'm hoping it drops tomorrow, but
nice.
Again, yeah, I'm hoping to get it done tonight, depending on how long the show goes on.
Okay, yeah. Actually, I've got a lot to do tonight too. So the goal tonight is to have a nice truncated show, Green Hell style, and do the best we can here. Because we both have a lot to do tomorrow, guys. If you don't already subscribe to AJ over at PSVR Underground, and especially if you want to check out that guide that he's hopefully putting out tomorrow, check the link in the description below. PSVR Underground. Click the link and go to his channel. Hit subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Do all the normal YouTube stuff. You don't even have to do that for Without Parole. I'll be fine.
Oh, you're so kind. Brian,
AJ,
how's it going with you, man?
Good. I'm just waiting for you to fucking finish that No Man's Sky review for Without Parole.
That's next. That's on the docket. Yeah. For those who don't know, I will be doing the official Without Parole. It'll be my first Without Parole PSVR2 review. And I'm going to save you 600 hours, Brian. 650 because it's going to take another 50 to make the video, but you're going to be helping me with it, of course, and a little here and there. So it's going to be a
do my best
co-op mission-based project. But yeah, really looking forward to doing that.
I'm trying to think of what other Without Parole reviews you've done. You obviously did the Ace Combat review for us. What's the it's not a toy?
Vertigo Home.
You did that
was
review.
My first review.
Yeah, I'm surprised after that shit. I'm surprised it wasn't your last. You convinced a lot of people to buy Vertigo Home.
Y'all are haters. The game rules.
Yeah, I mean, if you still like Cool Borders, I suppose.
Yeah, I do still like Cool Borders.
Maybe that's where the problem was.
Stop making fun of me.
Amazing.
You just sold like 5 copies of Vertigo Home, by the way, comparing it to Cool Borders too.
All right. Well, make sure you go watch AJ's review and blame him for the results. No, it was a fun game, but it should have been like $3 or $4, something like that. Anyway, before we get started here, let's read a tip here from. Let me copy and paste so I can actually read it on my screen. From Daniel Schilling.
Daniel Schilling, who gives us a shilling. He gives us 11 shillings.
Is that proper conversion?
Continue.
Okay. 11 euros. Is finally, after months of watching the videos day after day, I'm free from work today and now watching live. Oh, it's a fucking holiday, isn't it? I keep forgetting because I don't get holidays off. He says, finally an opportunity to tip you guys some money. Daniel Schilling, thank you so much. We appreciate your generosity. We can only do this with the support of you guys out there.
Welcome, Daniel, to the live show, baby.
Oh yeah. Nihilist Ryan, the game feline. You know what? Nihilist Ryan and I were already debating about full motion video games in our Discord. So before I even read this tip, I can tell you, Nihilist Ryan is just here to be a contrarian and tell me how good Vertigo Home is. I guarantee it before I even read the tip. Vertigo Home is awesome. Don't listen to Brian. See, I read the tip. There it is. I fucking knew it.
Especially stand up in like a skateboarding, snowboarding motion. We do have VR Skater now, so you can just, it's a little bit more straightforward.
Even before we had VR Skater. Just saying. Listen, Vertigo Home's fine. Again, it's like an endless runner or something. Go play Deadlands. No, don't do that. Listen, not actually recommending
It's not bad. It's terrible, but it's fun to play.
Yeah. Also, guys, if you're not part of our Discord, click the link in the description below and come hang out with us over there. Somebody was saying they had a problem with the phone number password system, but people have been joining left and right the last few days, and so I don't know what's going on with that. Let me know if you have any problems, though, and hopefully we can help you work through it. I love you too, Ryan. All right, AJ. Listen, we always thank people that support the channel financially and everything else, but it's Monday, and I think there's a different group of cats we like to thank every Monday, isn't there?
That's right, Brian. It is Monday, and we need to thank those who support us in another way by changing your name to something GameCat, something GameCat related, or something GameCat adjacent, as you and something GameCat adjacent like to say. And this week, we have 6 new GameCats to welcome to the GameCat Dojo. Starting with, he's back, baby. Serial killer, the GameCat got lost finding golf ball.
Bing!
That a walkabout mini golf incident that I missed?
I don't know. I figured this just pertains to real life. Maybe serial killer's a terrible golfer. Also, I put his name right over your face.
Oh.
Hold on, let me put it over my face. They'd rather look at you, I think.
I'm going to motorboat serial killers. Anyways, we've also got the hippie guide to every GameCat sky. Oh, look at that. That is beautiful, man.
So you think that's a Song in the Smoke reference then?
That's some good graphics, hippie pickle. It's coming. It's coming. I promise you I will dedicate the rest of my night to working on it to get it done as fast as possible. We've also got Markio, the 2 Wise Underground GameCat. Ooh, he finally changed it.
2 Wise Underground GameCat.
Little Miles Dyer deep cut reference there. I love it, man. Shout out to Miles.
I think Markio needs to change the spelling of his name to incorporate 2 Y's in the name. Unless maybe Markio's last name has a Y in it too, like Dyer. Maybe his last name is Dyer. Holy shit! What if Markio's actually Miles' brother?
Dyer.
Markio Dyer.
They're the same guy.
It has a good ring to it.
It does have a nice ring. You know what else has a good ring to it, Brian? Skanky the Janky GameCat.
Yes, it does, except I just lost my page here. And bing! There we go. That does have a nice ring to it. Skanky the Janky. I love it. Love it.
Skanky the Janky GameCat. We need shirts that say "No more jank."
That profile picture though, woof, reminds me. Like I don't know if you saw. Have you seen all the Leprechaun movies? Because that's just what it reminds me of, and I that makes me so uncomfortable. The Leprechaun movies.
I can't see their icons, so I feel good.
Yeah,
We've also got Metal Gear GameCat.
Bing! Shit. Sorry, I got it. Put it over AJ's face now. Metal Gear GameCat. I love it. Oh, very, very straightforward. Like it's almost like having Legend of Dragoon GameCat. Just tell me what you like, GameCat.
I really want a VR mode for the Metal Gear 3
Delta.
Because that's like one of the few Metal Gears I haven't finished. I know. It's a weird one to not finish.
I started, dude. I was so into Metal Gear. I was probably into as into Metal Gear as everyone else was for Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2. And then when 3 came out, I got it right away, and I fell off of it just as fast. Like I don't know what the hell happened, and I probably didn't play more than an hour. And I still to this day have never played more than an hour. So I actually want to get into it too.
I was too stubborn to look at like a walkthrough or guides or get help from friends, and I got stuck on something that's pretty easy. Turns out I could have just waited a week and tried again, and I don't know why I did. Anyways, we've also finally, last but certainly not least, we've got the Synaptic Haptic Catnip GameCat.
Bing! I like Synaptic Haptic Catnap. Okay. I said catnap instead of catnip because catnap sounds more like haptic and synaptic. But you know what? I'm not going to criticize. No, I'm going to criticize. Catnap's better.
Synaptic Haptic Catnip.
It's a fucking great name, though. Guys, if you don't know what the fuck we're doing here, we're just giving a shout out to all the people who changed your name to something the GameCat, because the GameCats are the loyal following of Without Parole. And when you do this, you change your name on YouTube and then put hashtag GameCat in the comments below any of my videos in order so I can find it and give you a shout out. It just shows that you love us almost as much as we love you. That's it. Almost. Be impossible to love us as much as we love you.
Big 6 name changes this week, guys. Keep it coming. Bring it for next week.
You think we can get more than 6 next week? This is something that Miles does. He like challenges the viewers. He's like, "Do you think we can do better than that next week? Huh? Let's shoot for 8 next week, huh?" This is such a Miles Dyer tactic, and I don't think anyone's going to fall for it. Especially,
I'm more like, let's shoot for like at least 3.
Why is it
Let's shoot
so
for 3.
red over here? I don't understand. It always looks like I'm in hell. Like my skin is not. I look like I'm fucking jaundiced, AJ. Like I look.
I don't know what's up with that. You would think it looks like you have a bright red lamp, like you're developing photography over there or something.
Oh, I'm in a
You're
dark
just getting
room.
in the you getting ready for Madison VR. Is that what you're doing?
Oh, maybe.
Setting the mood.
Yeah, I don't think Polaroid pictures require any dark rooms. I think you just shake that shit.
That's right. That is correct.
That is correct. All right, man. We got Mattster, Gamecatster. Holy shit, man! I didn't know this was Mattster. Dude, Mattster's still recovering from a fucking heart attack. Doctor told him to take 2 weeks off from work. Guess how long he took off from work before he went back to work?
1 week.
Yeah, like no weeks, no time off, dude. You got to take
trooper.
Yeah, but dude, like I'm glad he's keeping me up to date on his health. I'm glad he's still doing okay. Take care of yourself, man. Take care of yourself. We need you to make it to Gamecat Meetup 2024. We love you.
Much love, Mattster. Good to see you, man.
Thank you,
and
for the,
welcome back
from the land of the dead.
It's a close call. That heart attack almost didn't survive you, but it got away this time.
Dude, this emoji's fucking great too. He sent us, not only did he send a $50 tip, but the emoji, the description of it, when you copy and paste emojis, I love it. The description reads: hippo character wearing cool sunglasses comes out of a treasure chest, tossing coins around him. Like it's a very literal description, and it's fantastic. A540678 Jenny with a $10 tip. Not 8675309. Just wanted to give a little Firewall love to combat the hate. It's a diamond in the rough, no doubt, but the bones are there. It was a rough week for Firewall, and it's still a rough time for Firewall. The thing is you know, I want to do the fairest thing for not only First Contact, but also for myself. We streamed it, and then on top of that, we spent a whole day on Friday talking about its issues. I don't think it's fair for me to put out a review out, mostly because I'm going to spend 3 days putting together a review that will soon be outdated. So I don't want to do something that's unfair to myself and make myself do a bunch of work for a video that's only going to be relevant for 3 days. And then on top of that, I don't think it's fair to First Contact either, because I want to give them at least a couple more days, at least a week, figure out their shit and see if it can get up and running. Unfortunately, with Crossfire Sierra Squad coming out tomorrow and a shit ton of games coming out over all of September and October. Like jam-packed full of games. And of course, that's what we're talking about today. So we're going to go into detail about all those games and release dates. Just a minute. I actually don't know when I'm going to get back to Firewall. Hopefully I'll be able to kind of capture
I'm
footage.
waiting for the patch. I paid $60 for a broken beta, and I'm not happy about it. So yes, I like the game, like the potential that it has. I like those developers a lot. But no, it's not acceptable for me. The $60 for an unplayable game, I'm not really happy with it right now.
Nobody should be.
Lucky for them, everybody got all of their pent up aggression out on Green Hell. So they dodged a bullet. They dodged a cannonball, if you will. Because yeah, I mean, I at the same time, like I said, I'm not happy about the launch. I know they aren't either. Obviously, they didn't want it to be this rough of a launch, but I am looking forward to when the game is ready to play and get updated. I will be very excited once it's ready, but it's not ready.
I agree. Sorry, sirens on my end. It is unacceptable. I'll absolutely agree with you there. But with all the games coming out, like the question is like, when will I actually have time to do a proper review of this thing? So here's the plan, right? You guys all kind of know, like, we're here on GamesCast 3 days a week, so we can absolutely keep you updated as far as the patches are and the progress report on the game as it moves along. I can update you on breaking news reports in PSVR this week. There's plenty of ways to do that. But I really think that I'm just going to be kind of casually playing in the background, casually leveling up, sort of like, getting gameplay footage together and experiencing each patch as it drops. And then, like, honestly, I just don't have time to even touch this game for review purposes until November. Like, because you'll see August and September are just packed. And so I think that if it's not ready by then, man, it is time to do a review and then just say this is how the game is. But yeah, we will absolutely be keeping you up to date and letting you know if any improvements come along. In the meantime, I'm actually in the camp of don't buy it. Not now. Like, we really hope it gets better, but for right now, don't buy it because matchmaking is not good and it's got a bunch of bugs and crashes a lot. So Yeah, so that's where I stand on this right now. Okay, we got a couple more tips, and then we're going to get this thing started. First comes to us from, ready, AJ? Macho. Okay, just the three. Okay, just me.
Yes.
The real estate procrastinating GameCat with the $10 tip says we could only do privates, but it was a lot of fun bobbing the GameCat's headset back in the GC meetup this past weekend. Oh, right, that's awesome. I completely forgot that yesterday was the multiplayer meetup over on Discord, and everybody played Firewall. And
interesting.
So they could only do private meetups, but he said it was fun. AJ, will you be our No Man's Sky this coming weekend's meetup? We need you. Show us the way. Oh, it sounds like they're going to do a No Man's Sky meetup this weekend.
Oh, interesting. Maybe we should do the freighter party. Maybe it's time for the freighter party, depending on what's going on. I got a weird schedule this weekend. But I might have to hit up Nicky Lowe. It might be freighter party time, peoples.
Darth Vader, the GameCat with the $2 tip, says the Crossfire devs posted about me following them. You know, I actually think I saw that, and they were posted a couple eyes as a notification that Darth Vader followed them. Awesome Tatum with the level 3 membership writes, Crossfire hype, late night party, bring the pizza and the tacos. See you there. Sorry, more sirens.
Tacos.
All right, AJ. So a lot of people have been asking us about Crossfire Sierra Squad. The only reason we're going to address this at all is because, as you said, people are worried that review keys didn't go out and that, it's going to be another Firewall situation, that they've got something to hide, right? Well, review keys did go out, and reviews and coverage is incoming. And when embargo lifts, make sure you stay tuned to Without Parole. And if you're a member of AJ's Patreon, he might have something for you over there.
Yes, sir. It's tomorrow, right? Tomorrow, when embargo lifts.
Yep, tomorrow.
But review keys did go out.
Yep.
Just saying. So they're confident in their game.
All right. Wow, lots of sirens. Dude, it's like, I swear to you, sometimes it's silent for hours here, and then Gamescast happens, and it's like, all the sirens at once. Yeah. Mom Johnny in the chat says, how do you know that Crossfire comes out at 3 a.m. Eastern? There's a countdown on my store. I know it's different from the mobile app and the PC app and the PlayStation store itself on the PlayStation 5, but on my PC store, there's a countdown, and it's counting down to 3 a.m. Now, whether that means it's actually going to release at 3 a.m. or if it's going to be like, oh, you can like pre-order it now or download it now or whatever. But usually the countdown is to the time that you can actually buy it and download it. Don Chen, 94, with the 5 Chieftains, says, eye tracking is the savior of PSVR2. At this point, it's almost a must for devs to include it. And if a game doesn't mention it on their page, I wait for buying it.
It's a good point. I mean, it is, some of these features we're starting to learn. Like I was saying, No Man's Sky is starting to point out how genius the headset design really is. And it's not the only game, obviously, but it's just the latest example to show it. And yeah, I 100% agree that like every game, that is one thing I'm looking for now, is that does it have eye tracking and foveated rendering, because that's going to tell us if it's going to likely look good or not. I think it is such an important feature, as well as some of the other things like headset rumble and haptics and adaptive triggers. When utilized properly, these things are absolute, especially the foveated rendering, absolute game changers.
Yeah, I'm not one to sit here and say, well, if this game doesn't have this feature, I'm not buying it. Or if this game doesn't have this, I'm worried about it. Like, that's really not who I've ever been. I've been like, well, let each developer figure out their own shit and let each developer, kind of find their own way. But the fact is,
not every game might need it either. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, but the fact is we're absolutely learning and seeing that. It's a bit of a hack when it comes to PSVR2 to pump out the best graphics possible. Like if your studio is not great at optimizing games, then fucking talk to Sony and make sure you figure out like what it's going to take to get eye tracking and dynamic foveated rendering working up in your game. Because
One guy named Martin for 4 months is what it takes.
I thought it was Lloyd. Lloyd's still in the basement flipping switches.
It's Martin
people,
now. You know? Everybody needs a Martin.
Oh man,
Martin needs to get in there and start flipping that switch for 4 months.
The Sony VR team just doubled in size. It's Lloyd and Martin. That's insane.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. So I mean, I gotta say, like, as of right now, like, while developers are still finding their way and figuring shit out, and you know, a lot of them aren't playing each other's games and shit, and so I think some of them are playing their own game and going, yeah, this looks good, but they're not comparing it to, you know, Red Matter 2. They're not comparing it to, you know,
I don't think so.
I think they know
games. I think they know it's bad.
You think so?
I think this conspiracy theory about now. This will not apply to 100% of the situations, but I do think the internet conspiracy theory about review keys not going out has been pretty telling so far. Like I said, there are exceptions, but in most cases, it's like no, like you know, I'm pretty sure some of these games know the state of their game, and there's a reason why review keys don't go out, why yet they still have pre-orders open, or you know, it's a real thing. It's an epidemic, Brian.
It's something to be aware of for sure. If review keys don't go out, then there's a reason to be concerned. It's definitely not a guarantee that the game is, you know, shit or it's got major problems. Just want to address Baggio10 in the chat. It says, disappointing that the firewall issues are being ignored by this channel. 99% of other games get reviewed, good or bad. FCE doesn't deserve preferential treatment. I'm sorry you didn't understand my explanation about how I'm one person running an entire channel and that I don't have time to review a game that's going... I'm going to spend 30 hours.
Make a review that's going to be outdated. Yeah, I mean...
In like literally days. If I had somebody else here working and I could just be like, you do the fucking firewall review while I, you know, continue to do GamesCast and PSVR this week and breaking news videos and play other games for reviews, then yeah, absolutely, man. I would love nothing more than to have a review for every single game that's out. But like, look, I don't even have launch games reviewed yet. That's how fucking backed up I am. I've got about 20 launch games that I still need to go back and review. So yes, FCE does not deserve preferential treatment. But you know who does deserve preferential treatment? I don't know, maybe fucking CodeSync that put out a game day one that I haven't even fucking covered on the channel yet, you know? And so, I mean, have a little empathy for the people, you know, that are actually working behind the scenes, like me. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. But anyway. Oh, I did want to say, I'm actually glad he brought this up, you know, even as douchey as it was, because I am going to start implementing a new type of video on the channel for games that I don't have time to do a review for day one, that either I didn't get the keys for or I didn't have keys in time for, because I do want coverage on the channel for the current state of the game, and I don't want people to have to watch a 2-hour episode of GamesCast Live. I want people to be able to watch a quick little 4, 5, 6 minute video, right? That's what most people want. And so there is going to be, moving forward, if I'm not able to have a day one proper review out, there is going to be a new format for, hey, these are my like edited down first impression reviews. They're going to be called pre-reviews, and so just keep an eye out, because this is something that I've been wanting to address on the channel for a long time. So stay tuned. Pre-reviews. I think it's only fair, right? I mean, like, it's only fair,
Brian,
because I don't want to let things like this slide. I don't want people thinking also that we're ignoring major problems, even when we spend hours talking about them. Yes, AJ.
Yeah. Well, it is 30 minutes into the show, Brian, and we haven't even gotten started.
So let's start by talking about Living Legends. $5 Canadian tip that says, "Sup, Gamecats, happy Monday. Any updates on when the Foglands is slated for? Hopefully this year in time for spooky season. Indeed, it is slated for this year, but we do not have a release date for it yet." And then Leo AI with the 20 Sekiro says, "Bad anti-aliasing in No Man's Sky. Red old saves get worse graphics." Oh, I don't know.
That is not true. It's not true. I'm using my 2016 pre-order save file, and it looks phenomenal. There's a bug with some of the special effects. Oh, slightly, like here and there. It's like 99% of the game looks freaking phenomenal. So no, there is actually, I guess realistically there is a little bit of aliasing in some places. in some place where there's like a bazillion things, but there's also places where there's a bazillion things going on and it looks great. So it's really just, it's an open universe game, and really different. There are a couple combinations of things out there that can, cause some even like frame rate stutter or whatnot. But dude, don't lie to yourself. It looks fucking phenomenal.
From what I've
lying
played,
to yourself, you're nitpicking to a gross amount. If that's like, a problem for you, then just stop playing games forever, please.
I mean, don't overreact or anything. It could be the planet that I started on, right? Oh God! Here comes Bruce Banner, everybody, watch out! I wish I had a filter to turn you green right now. It could just be the planet that I was on, man. But I looked as far out into the future as possible. Future distance as possible. There was no aliasing, like there was a little bit of shimmer, but I mean, like, let me say this: if every PSVR2 game looks this good moving forward, I'd be a happy camper.
Also, I noticed before using my lenses, aliasing and stuff looked a lot worse. So also,
nice.
Check your eyes too, and make sure you're either wearing glasses, but no, for real, get lenses, because it is so much better. So much better.
All right, AJ. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to blast through the next 4 months. Well, technically, we still got a little bit of August left. But September, October, November, December, we're going to go through all of the games that are slated with actual release dates for PSVR2. I've got a bunch of games here that have said we are coming out in 2023. And so far, they have not been delayed or been given an official 2023 release date. So we're going to start at the very top, and the very top is actually a game that comes out tomorrow, Crossfire Sierra Squad. Co-op, arcade shooter, and obviously, like I said, the embargo's not up. We're not able to talk about our impressions yet. So what we're going to do for all of these games is talk about our hype level. So, just based on trailers, based on, the information that we've heard on the PlayStation blog, our hype level, we're going to rate it 1 to 5 each, and then that'll be a grand total of a hype level out of 10. What is your hype level for Crossfire Sierra Squad, based only on the trailers that we've seen, AJ?
I did a preview on Interactive Chat once, and I did a vote.
We already plugged your channel. We already plugged your channel. The time for PSVR Underground.
The audience.
Sorry, go ahead.
As to what the audience was more excited for, like, I did like one of those, like, are you gonna buy polls, like each time for VR Skater, for Firewall, and more people actually voted for Crossfire than they did for Firewall. And I think after the launch of Firewall, I like Crossfire's chances here. I'm gonna give it just a hype scale rating thing. Let's go with 8 out of 10. The hype.
So you're giving it a 4.
A 4 out of 5.
And I'm giving it a 5, so we're going to give it a 9 total. Right?
Okay.
Because, dude, I'm just like racing games.
Okay.
Right? So we're adding our scores together, and then it's out of 10.
You're giving a 5 out of 5 for your hype levels?
5 out of 5 for my hype level. Because, AJ, because in case no one out there has any idea what my gaming tastes are, and if you don't by now, where the fuck have you been? Right? I like arcade games over simulations, and so to me, this looks like the burnout style game rather than the Firewall, which is like the Gran Turismo style game, right? This like arcade shooters are what I gravitate towards. So hype level with no gameplay impressions, I'm a 5. So grand total, this one gets a 9 from us. And then that moves us very swiftly into September. By the way, my good friend Mike Anderson in the chat with the $10 tip says, thanks for getting me through a 100-degree workday with some laughs, y'all. You don't say y'all. Stop it. Stop it.
Is it 100 degrees outside, or is it just Mike Anderson?
Pretty hot.
So sorry.
It's pretty hot. All right, man. That moves us into September. And September 1st, for all of the UK and EU cats out there, you guys got a game that we've already got, and that's B99 Overclocked. AJ, did you even play this one over on PSVR2 when it came out over here?
No, Julie is pretty excited about it because she likes neon, like retro style stuff.
And she's British?
No.
Okay.
Is there something British about this game?
Only that it's not out in the UK yet, and it is out here. Why hasn't she played it yet?
She hasn't played it yet. Oh, okay. Well, I do have a UK account. Okay, so that makes sense.
It's already out here.
Honestly, I'm not excited about this. It looks like something I would like. I did like Battlezone, but this is like, it doesn't seem like up to that standard. So I'm going to give this a 1.
Wow. Okay. Well, you know what? From what I played, even the trailers didn't really do it for me. Like even the neon in the trailers looks kind of dull. But from what I played, like it just, wasn't anything real special. I'm going to give it a 2, only because I feel like I didn't give it enough of a chance yet. So we're going to give it a grand total of 3, which brings us to September 7th. AJ.
So B99 Overclocked gets a 3 total.
3 total.
Oof. Stepping off a cliff right there from Crossfire.
Yeah, pretty much. But hey, man, it's like, what are you gonna do? Make a better game. And no offense to Iron Stomach, he's
it might be kind of cool. It's like, I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. All right, man. This next one on September 7th is Toss, and that is this is obviously a very much a VR platformer, where it's a lot of grabbing and kind of throwing yourself and climbing obstacle course style. Dude, I'm it sounds really dumb to say, right? Because this looks like a kind of a very simplistic game, but honestly, I love games that give you this kind of freedom of motion, and so I'm actually excited enough to give it a 4.
Woo!
I know, right?
I might have to drop mine down because of that. I was going to give it a 3 until you said that. Now I might, we need balance here. I mean, can I tactically take out your your hype rating? You just made no, you know what? You legitimately made my hype rating go down a little bit by giving it a 4, Brian. Can we just both give it a 3? Because I'm going to give it a 2 anyways.
So you want to give it a 3, so that means it's a 7. Moving on. Listen, we can shit on a bunch of other games here, AJ, but don't shit on Toss.
Look, Toss looks like a itty bitty little game. But I love itty bitty little games. It looks like it does have a chance to be it's something that nobody's going to care about probably, but I actually think it could be fun. I think if it's good first person platforming trials or whatever, I think it could be for what it is. Not really ranking it amongst other, bigger titles coming out, but for itself, in its little bubble, I feel like it could be okay.
When this show turns out to be a 2-hour episode, it's all your fault.
2.
You said 2?
I give it a 2. If you're going with 4, I'm giving it a 2.
This is so unfair.
You literally, that's not cheating because
It's not. I'm just going to make
my hype lower.
It's not cheating. I'm just going to make you score it first for the rest of this episode because.
Okay. Maybe, but we'll rotate. How about we rotate here? So I'll rate the next one first.
Oh my god. Okay, good. Because the next one is coming to us on what's the release date? It is the 14th, September 14th. And looking at this, there's 3 games coming out September 14th. This is Down and Out by Zatoon Games. Very much a mini game type thing, but it's a lot of fighting, it's a lot of throwing stuff. What do you think, man?
1.
Yeah, I guess we did say 1 to 5, didn't we? So we can't give it a 0.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 1. I'll give it a 1. I will allow zeros, but I'll give this a 1 just because maybe the mini games are fun. It just never looked appealing to me. They announced it 2 years ago, and I haven't been interested since.
Yeah. It doesn't look appealing to me either. And that's the big thing about it. So I'm gonna give it a 1. It could be. I think it's not even going to be that great either, though. But
not even worth a 1. All right. All right. Also on September 14th, we got Gazzlers, which is a literal rail shooter. You're literally on the back of a train on a minecart or whatever it might be. And it also
you
very
have to go first here.
Okay, that's fine. Very cartoony. The only reason I've got any hype level on this at all is because of our good friend Awesome Tatum, and says he's played either the demo or something. And said it's actually really fun. So I'm going to go up just a bit to 2.
Okay. I was actually, I don't know. I actually look at the trailer and stuff, and knowing that it's a rail shooter hurts a little bit.
Why? You didn't like Rush of Blood, AJ?
I love rail shooters, and but I don't know. It actually looks like it's got some decent stuff in it. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be a little harsh here and say 2. Although I really want to give it a 3 because I think it could be okay. It actually doesn't look half bad. I feel like it's going to be very limited by what it is. And I don't know. I'm approaching with heavy caution here.
So I don't know. After all of that, I'm still not sure what you rated it.
2.
Okay.
Also 2.
All right. So that makes it, I think, grand total.
But I will say it looks okay.
Yeah,
maybe.
I'm trying to stall just a little bit because I realized I didn't have the trailer ready for the next one. Let's see if this will download. Will it? Yes, it will. So that gives it a grand total of...
Can't trust Awesome Tatum is all I'm saying. Can't trust that Awesome Tatum. He may be awesome.
He's had his highs and his lows.
He says, "Boo, it's fun." He's booing us.
That's fine. What are the 2 guys up in the balcony on the Muppet Show? The 2 guys that heckle everybody.
I can't remember.
Damn, I wish I could remember. I wish I had a better. Oh, Gut VR Legs is giving it a 0.5. All right, man. Also, the 3rd game releasing on PSVR2 on September 14th is a game called Behind the Frame. Now, I think this is gonna be the first time I'm watching this trailer, to be honest with you. But
I was gonna say I have no idea what this is.
Why don't you get a quick video up so you can see it? This is a from what I've read on Steam. This is a good, and and the trailer I downloaded is in portrait format, so they're already killing it here. It's not even a 16:9 trailer, so I don't know. Maybe this is the trailer they were using on TikTok, but wow. I mean, it looks kind of pretty. You get to paint, you get to draw.
Oh, is that. Okay, this is the one that Rypop posted in Discord.
Yeah, dude, I'm honestly, I hope I'm wrong on this. I really do, because this looks like, if it's got like, a little bit of creativity, a little bit of emotional like attachment to it, something that like, with nice music, it could be relaxing, it could be nice. So I'm desperately hoping I'm wrong, but I'm going to give it a 1 because at the moment I just don't care.
Yeah, Scenery VR gets a 1 for me as well, Brian. No shame in that.
That's what you're calling is
that's what it's called. VR? It's called Behind the Frame. Behind the Frame, something, the finest scenery VR.
Oh, okay.
1. It's probably going to look like shit.
Great. All right, well, moving on. Oh my god, and the video was actually presented in 16:9 because here's the title screen, and it's you know what? Fuck this company. Like, make a goddamn trailer I can watch. Dude, I cannot stand it when people use portrait instead of landscape. Like, even when they're like, you know what? Moving on. I'm just gonna get mad for no reason. What's the next one? The next one on the list. We're still in September here, you guys. So hold on to your butts because September 19th brings us 2 more PlayStation VR2 games. The first one being Broken Edge VR. This is from our friends over at Trebuchet. I say friends, but they probably don't like me very much because not only did I not review Prison Boss, but I didn't give Winds and Leaves a great score. What do you think, man? It's kind of a sword fencing game.
I love Trebuchet. I loved Winds and Leaves. Mm-hmm. I think this game looks okay. I think it looks good for 5 minutes. So I'm going to give it a 2. I think it looks fine.
Wait.
I just feel like I'm going to play this for 5 or 10 minutes and then get bored. So I'm going to give this hype level 2. So
a game that you think you're only going to be interested in for 5 to 10 minutes gets a 2? That's the metric we're using here? Really? A 2? This is a 1. This is a 1.
Not good.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I think it's...
I'm more excited about this, Brian. I'm more excited about this than Down and Out and B99 Overclocked.
Well, I'm glad you are.
So my math adds up.
Listen, the fact is, like, this is one of those games. I don't think it does well in trailer format. I don't think the graphical style, despite the fact that it's like watercolors, right? It's like these kind of like, it's got a nice gentle look to it color wise. What's up?
Chat's a little bit more excited. They're giving it 3s or 4s.
Okay, that's good.
3.
Prentice Summerscale says, hopefully it's just a side project for Trebuchet. I don't know. I'm scared for Trebuchet. I'm scared for Polyarch. I'm scared for Impulse Gear. I'm scared for all these studios who keep thinking that multiplayer games are the future, right? Like VR is just way too small to focus on multiplayer right now. And here we go with Trey Boucher's third game, abandoning single player. It has a single player campaign, but the fact is
I want Winds and Leaves remastered.
I wanted Winds and Leaves remastered when it came out on PSVR 1. That shit was blurry as fuck.
We did get Winds and Leaves remastered on PSVR 1.
We needed it. Oh my God.
I really like that game. Okay. I know it's an acquired taste, but I really enjoyed it.
I played the whole thing. I never quite acquired the taste. I don't know how many times I have to play it. But I mean, it was okay, right? Especially during that time period, we didn't have anything else to play. Dude, on September 19th, we also have Ruins Magus.
All right, here we go. Now we're talking. Like, I'm not a big anime guy, but I am a JRPG guy. Yeah, I've heard great things about this. I've heard that it's a great dungeon crawler. I bet it's probably going to look pretty good in the headset. And yeah, I need some JRPG action really bad. This is getting a 4 from me.
Yeah, I mean, I 100% agree with everything you just said. RPGs, especially JRPGs, are massively underserved on VR platforms, all like VR platforms. And so I'm not quite ready to give this a 5. There are certain scenes in this trailer that just look fantastic, but I'm going to go with 4 because I want to kind of play it safe. I want to protect my emotions here. So when it comes out and I'm devastated, I'm not as devastated as I could be.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. Hope it's great.
Awesome Tatum in the chat says Ruins Magus. Awesome bosses. Or so, great bosses, he says. So that's good.
But you know, Brian, that might not even be the best that September has to offer. You know why? Because on September 21st, Hellsweeper VR is releasing, Brian. And holy shit, this is a whopping 5 from me. This is one of my most anticipated games. As you know, we are both really big fans of Sirento and the combat and the fluid, crazy ass, do whatever you want combat that it has. And it is glorious. And now this is going to be hopefully our Devil May Cry like for PSVR2. And I cannot wait for this one.
I'm going to count the number of times you say glorious, because I feel as though when you were playing No Man's Sky recently on your live stream, you used the term 17 times, and then you haven't stopped using it since you finished playing the update. I think glorious is your new in stuff.
No Man's Sky was glorious, man.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
Hellsweeper, yeah, totally excited for this. It feels like kind of game that I'm probably interested in playing single player, but definitely interested in playing co-op. I'd want to get in there and do backflips and do all crazy shit, and also see my friends, it's a 2-player co-op, but see a friend in there with me also making crazy ass movements and shit and doing flips and doing wall runs and shit. I mean, I don't know exactly how much they kept from Sirento, but I hope they kept a lot of it because that was a fucking cool ass movement system. It's getting a 5 out of 5 for me too. This is our first 10 on the list, AJ.
Nice. Well deserved.
All right. I'm not bringing up trailers for any of these 3 because we're going to blast through them. These are all ones that have said that they are coming out in September, but we don't have dates for them. Suicide Guy VR Deluxe. Give me a number.
1.
Okay. I'm going to give this a 2 because I thought the original was really creative. So 3 total. Crisis Brigade 2 remastered for PSVR
2. Ooh. I like this game, but I have played it a lot. So for me personally, I'm going to give it a 2. Because I've already kind of played it like a bunch. And I don't...
Yep, I do.
Even though I would recommend it, it's like I'm not like super excited to play it again.
I'm in the exact same boat. I feel like I was just having this conversation in voice chat like within the last 24 hours. So absolutely, we're gonna give it a 4 total, 2 from each of us, only because
that ain't too bad.
It's a hype level. It's hype level. We've already played the crap out of it, so we're happy that new people are going to be able to enjoy it. And then of course, Alvo, supposedly coming out next month. No release date. What's your score?
I have no idea what to expect. Have we heard any info as to like?
You have a beta key. Go fucking play it.
Okay.
Yeah. And go play it with me.
There's a lot of people defending Alvo right now, saying like, why is everybody overlooking it and stuff? And I don't know, man. Like, I just it just never hooked me in the way that I thought it would. And now with stuff like Pavlov, which I liked infinitely times more, like I don't know, man. I'm gonna go 2.
All right, I'm gonna go 4, and here's why. Because I have played the beta. It looks super crisp and clear. It moves nice and fast. The controls are great, running, jumping, sliding, and the new maps look great. And honestly, doing things like hardpoint and in some modes, there are things that Pavlov has, but I feel like Alvo is a good extension to Pavlov, right? Like there are things that are done in Alvo that are not done in Pavlov, and for anybody who really needs that run and gun, fast paced arcade action, that they like that, especially that Firewall is not giving.
PvP,
right? It feels like an extension to Pavlov. So I'm going to give it what did I say? 3, 4, 3? What did I say?
You said 3.
I'm giving it a 4 because I am excited to play it. With a bunch of
You
cats.
said 4. I tried to lower it.
Okay. And so you said 2.
That
you said
time
2?
I did try to. Yeah.
All right. So we're giving it a 6 total. Yeah. So it does something that none of the other ones are offering, and it's good. All right, man. That brings us into October, and I will say there is a shitload of games that are coming in October, but most of them don't have specific release dates yet. So let's get through the 3 that do have release dates. And guys, in the chat, I kind of threw together this list with my good friend Rypop right before the show. If we missed anything, or if there's release dates that we don't have included in here, please let us know. You gotta keep us honest. MRI in the chat says, AJ, we need balance 1 out of 5.
I tried, man.
I tried. I love it. All right.
I mean, look, like I said, some people really like Alvo, and that's great. Like, I'm not gonna knock that. I think it does. That's the beauty of a lot of these shooters is they do offer something a little bit different. What Alvo offers is, I do like some aspects of it, but as like a game to really, like I said, get hooked and get in the loop of, it doesn't do that for me, which is problematic.
I don't think it does for me either. But I jumped in recently, played Search and Destroy, played Hardpoint. We did free for alls, we did team deathmatch and shit like that. But free for alls and team deathmatch, I felt like got old very quickly. But it's the other 2 modes that I really enjoyed. Those are the ones I feel like I'm going to be coming back to, but we'll see. All right, man, moving on, because I don't want to slow this down any longer than we have to. The 7th guest is the first game in October with a release date of October 19th, which that means like 5 games are going to come out before this one.
Oh my God.
What?
All of October October's not only stacked, it's like the back end of it is freaking stacked as hell.
Yeah. Yeah, within a week we got 3 fucking huge, maybe 5 high-profile games. Anyway,
the 7th guest looks pretty good. It looks pretty good.
Yep.
And I don't want to go in with too much excitement to where I'm like, okay, that was cool, but it was just okay. So I'm going to dial back my excitement a little bit because I don't want to overhype myself here.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 4.
I'm with you, strangely enough. I'm going to give it a 4 as well. And I got to tell you, I think I got to start smoking pot again, right? Because you know how much I hate walking into a VR game and then having to stand there and watch people talk. I need to chill the fuck out before I play this game, right? Because I think there's going to be a lot of walking into rooms and listening to people talk for a while, right? So I think this is going to be one we have to be in the right mood for. But at the same time, I'm excited because this is a game I always really wanted to play and get into when I was a kid, but I wasn't able to. So very excited for this one, big time. That brings us to the very next day in October, October 20th, just tennis on court. I guess I got to go first on this one, right? Will you believe me if I tell you I would give this a 5 for my excitement level, for my hype level?
No.
Because I am, dude. There's the fact that we can play this singles or doubles all online, the fact that I'm going to be able to get in there with like 3 other cats and play a doubles game of tennis, and there's going to be able to, people can hang out and watch in the spectator mode. They can hang out in the stands and watch us play. It just feels like this like social game that we've kind of needed, and also something physical that I can get into. I'm oddly excited about this because I don't think C-Smash delivered, and I kind of want this to deliver everything I want.
I need to play more. I need to play more C-Smash. I think I'll really like it once I play it a little bit more.
Yes, Miles in the chat's got my back. He said 5 for me too. Fuck right, Miles. Thank you very much.
Well, You make me want to give it a 1.
You're the
But
worst.
If I'm being honest,
Can we tag in Wes?
I'm not just gonna try to poo-poo all over your parade. If I'm being honest, it's a 2. So
Okay.
I think I could have some fun with this, but yeah, I don't know. I think this game is overselling itself a little bit.
I think I'm overselling it a little bit. The game itself is just being like, "Hey, we're a tennis game. Come buy us." I'm like, I can't wait. I get to play with a bunch of other people in the spectator
I'm glad
mode. It's
you're
gonna be great.
excited,
Yeah.
and I look forward to you being underwhelmed.
Oh, look who came to visit.
Yeah, good vibes VR in the house tonight. This is VR Skater was a 5.2. VR Skater is so good, man.
Dude.
If you haven't bought VR Skater, highly recommend.
Dude,
I think it's a little overpriced, a little bit. I still think you should buy it because it is good. It is, and it does have a lot of content.
It is a little overpriced. I agree. However, I can't wait for those 3 new maps. And dude, when I gave that game a 9, I was so worried that I was like, "Am I going to wake up tomorrow and really regret this?" And I haven't since. Like I feel
pretty
that
amazing.
game is a 9. Like it feels so good. Amazing.
I'm still working on it. I'm taking my time with it, and so I'm really like stretching it out. And yeah, like it's freaking awesome, man. I love the challenges and like, yeah, it's got great modes and stuff. Can't wait for more of it.
This brings us to just 4 days later when the long-awaited PSVR2 release of Vertigo 2 makes it to PSVR2. This is going to be amazing. Definitely regarded as one of the best VR games ever made. Despite the fact it's made by one person, it's talked about in the same breath as games like Half-Life Alyx. And yeah, dude, I mean, like if we give it any less than a 5, I feel like the cats are going to start firebombing.
Like you give Tennis on Court a 5 and Vertigo 2. Like,
right, good point,
dude. The pitchforks would come after you. Absolutely a 5. This is supposed to be like one of the best VR games ever made. Like you said, it looks phenomenal. Isn't it like how long is the campaign supposed to be? Like,
about
is
10
it 8
hours?
hours? 10 hours. Okay, that's what I thought. And then also this is coming with the 2 or 3 additional characters.
Yep.
That will change the gameplay, the core gameplay, and then also has a community creator
map editor that you can play
map editor
maps.
thing.
Yep.
So people can make their own levels from either the existing assets or from the ground up, and can make their 5 out of 5 here.
Yeah,
easily.
One of the things about playing as other characters when you excuse me, when you replay the game is that they say that different characters and different characters' abilities will lead you down different paths, make you experience different places you haven't seen before, and come across different bosses that you haven't fought before. So, like, I mean, it really does sound like playing as the different characters drastically changes the way the game is played. So, I mean, like, I kind of hope they make you do that and play through the game multiple times to get the platinum, because that'll be my excuse to do it. And I'm super excited for this. Every
developer should know that the secret way into our hearts is boss fights.
I mean, seriously, like, VR's got a strange lack of boss fights going on, and like bring that shit back, because they tower over you in VR, and they're so much more fun in VR. We got Macho, the real estate procrastinating game cat with the $5 tip says yes to Brian back to smoking pot for VR. It's the best way to play. So I got 5 on it. I didn't sing that very well. AJ and I were singing to each other before the show, and we were trying to outdo each other and say who's the worst lead singer. I'm pretty sure I was. Jim Perona sends $2 with a couple emojis, with tornado and heart cat eyes. Thank you very much, you guys. We love you all so much. Okay, man. So that is the end of the games with scheduled release dates for October. However, that does not end October even in the slightest, because now we got to talk about games like, I don't know, AJ, Madison. That the scientifically scariest game ever made, which is really strange marketing.
I'm really torn between this one and another one as to which one I'm more excited for. But dude, this is easily, I think this is my most anticipated horror game that's upcoming. And yeah, this actually, did you read the article onto the PS blog recently? Did you cover that on last Gamescast or whatever?
I don't know what I did.
They might have talked about some foviated rendering, some eye tracking stuff. They hinted at it, and maybe they didn't straight up. They weren't upfront with it, which I don't like. But Madison, I'm super excited about. I miss pure horror games that are like good. And so this looks to be that one. Another 5 for me, actually.
Yeah, it's hard not to be excited about this. We've been talking about it for so long. I've also got to give it a 5. I do think, I do think this is going to be terrifying in VR. I love that this trailer they showed off, showing the first gameplay, where they not only showed, oh, look, you've got 2 hands. We didn't just, throw controller support in VR, but you're also like, you can bat the light bulb and you pick up items with your hand. Like, I mean, like,
dude,
it's like a proper VR game.
In the article, one of the first things they said is that they built this game with VR in mind back in 2016. 2016, when they started work on this, they had VR in mind. That's literally in the PS blog article. I don't know how I missed that, but I was like, holy shit, like that's actually kind of an important detail. So yeah, it makes a big difference. So really cool.
It's just not the same when you don't wave that Polaroid with your hand to develop it. All right. So the next one I put down here with no release date for October, it's just sometime in October, is Spaceship Imposter VR Among game. This is the Midnight Works ripoff Among Us game, but I do think that all of Midnight Works games, I think they have 3 or 4 up on the PlayStation Store right now to be wishlisted, and they are all coming in October. There's that Stride one, there's the roguelite one. What do you have any hype for any of these?
Spaceship Imposter. Is it weird that I want to give it a 5 out of 5? Just because of how awful it seems, and I can't wait to see how terrible it is. No, I can't wait to see all the Among Us VR in VR thumbnails, comparisons. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'm actually kind of excited for Spaceship Imposter, but ironically, like in an ironic kind of way, not like a serious kind of way. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what to give it here. I'm kind of excited about it. Go. What were the other 2?
So let's just go with Spaceship Imposter. We don't need to talk about the other ones.
Okay. Realistically, I'll give it a 2.
Okay, listen. I'm going to give it a 3. So that's a grand total of 5. And here's why. Because I'm a little irritated at Shell Games right now. Like that. They. It feels very much as if they're one of the studios that we know are being paid off by Meta to kind of slow down their PSVR2 roll, and like Among Us should have been here already. That game could have been brought over to PSVR2 in a matter of like 2 weeks. I actually just talked to a solo developer who was like, "Yeah, we can totally have done this in 2 weeks."
Man!
So. And so I'm a little bit irritated that they're ignoring us. They're ignoring I Expect You to Die titles. They're they're ignoring bringing all of those games over to PSVR2. And they haven't talked about their PSVR2 really plans at all. So because of that, I kind of hope that this game, this imitation of Among Us, succeeds wildly. Just to kind of be like,
and is better than Among Us. Brian's got that spite hype. He's got that spite hype going, baby.
It's the Chinese democracy in me, AJ. It's the you snooze, you lose, and I've got that mentality for a lot of games right now.
All
right,
great.
That brings us to Ghostbusters VR by N Dreams, 4-player co-op. We still really don't know how this game plays out from moment to moment, but has that slowed your hype roll at all?
I'm going to give this a 3. I love the Ghostbusters IP, obviously one of the greatest movies ever made. And I look forward to playing it. But, some of the stuff I've seen about it, it looks very cartoony. Don't know how much depth it's going to have. It's, I love N Dreams, but they're not really known for making lots of depth. They are, however, known for making really freaking fun games. So 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 4 because, like you said, their games are really, really fun. And I've always wanted to be a Ghostbuster in VR, and so far the ones that we got on PSVR1 didn't deliver that feeling.
Right? No, I forgot those existed until you said that.
So probably for the best. And plus, the fact that it's I played a lot of N Dreams games, right? I can't have any of them been multiplayer yet. We played like Fract, we played Synapse, we played was it Shooty Fruity? We played Perfect, the Assembly.
They did do like the Far Cry or like
right.
On location multiplayer.
So hopefully this has the polish and fun level, even if it doesn't have the depth of an N Dreams game, but now with co-op. So yeah, I'm excited. So 7 total between the both of us, and
I like it.
Leading up to the launch, leading up to Halloween week. Kinetic Games just delayed Phasmophobia into August. I'm sorry, out of August into October, and said it'll be coming out leading up to the week of Halloween. Phasmophobia, easy 5 out of 5 for me, AJ, because I've been hearing about this game for so long. I've been watching people stream it for so long. I am so goddamn excited to finally play this. It looks terrifying. I can't wait.
I would give it the 5 out of 5, but then everybody talked about how important this thing is. So I'm actually letting people get in my head a little bit here.
Uh-huh.
And maybe this will work.
Be a
out
man, AJ. Stand up for yourself.
Maybe,
have your own opinions. Fuck
pressure,
everyone else.
I can't take the peer pressure. I'm gonna give it a 4.
Okay.
Out of 5.
If you don't know what AJ is talking about, they so far haven't been able to implement the speech option, where voice recognition, where you actually speak to the Ouija board, you speak to the voice box. Instead, you're just going to select what you want to say to it from a menu.
There's like a text thing,
a little text box. Yeah, that's how it is on the flat screen. And I actually watched Sonic play it on Discord, and it doesn't look game breaking. A lot of people have been like, I won't buy the game now. And for anybody who's not going to buy the game because of that small feature not being included, you're out of your goddamn mind. You're ruining something good for yourself. That said, yes, we're going to keep pressuring Kinetic Games to include it, and hopefully Sony can help them figure out why it's not working, because that's the only reason why they wouldn't include it, is because it's just not working. They can't figure out how to get it working. They want to include it. In the meantime, I'm going to play the fuck out of this game and enjoy the fuck out of it. So it gets a 9 total from us. Happy Funland, AJ. I think we're more assuming this one's an October release. I'm trying to figure out why this is on the list, but definitely 2023, assuming October, because it's a spooky game.
Oh, this one's tricky. Well, I'm more excited to play this than I was originally, but I'm still like really cautiously optimistic about this one, if I'm even optimistic at all.
Wow.
I'm going to say, what, Brian, why should I be excited?
All right. Well, this developer hasn't released a game. This is the first game they've released in 6 years. So they've been developing this for quite a while. In the last VR games they actually have a pretty decent reputation. There's a minecart VR shooter game type thing that they released on PC VR. And anytime Rush of Blood comes up in conversation for PSVR, it's the game that PC gamers bring up and say, well, we have this. And it's nowhere near the quality of a Rush of Blood, but it also came out like 7 fucking years ago. So like, VR was in a much different place. Although Rush of Blood also came out 7 years ago. So let's pretend I didn't say that. And so basically it seems like these guys have a good reputation. They're a decent developer. And apparently they've been toiling away at this for a really long time. So this isn't just some like indie game it is an indie game, but it's not something that some company's just shitting out. I think there might be something special here.
Well, you managed to sell me an extra point for this, but do not disappoint me here, Brian. Do not let this game disappoint.
Oh, no.
Else it'll be your fault.
Dear Spectral Illusions, this is on you. Don't let AJ hate me.
If this game sucks, it is entirely your fault for raising my hype level 1 point. I'm going to give it a 3.
All right, I'm going to give it a 4. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7. I can count, AJ. I can count. All right. So here's one that nobody's ever talking about, and I don't know why. I think we don't know why, because it was announced during a State of Play or that last Sony showcase, I think it was. And it's Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 2 VR. And no one's talking about this as if it's just not coming out. Because
this game's for kids, Brian, but we like it, and everyone else doesn't.
I don't think that is true. It's like iCarly.
Yeah, it's pretty true. This game's meant for kids, but I loved the hell out of the first one, and I thought it was really scary.
I did too.
It's a 4. This gets a 4. It was literally the scariest game since Resident Evil 7 for me. I don't know. Maybe I just have a good imagination. I get creeped out, by animatronics, kids stuff, kids toys. They're scary to me.
The clown in Poltergeist.
No, not that.
What? Dude, the original Poltergeist, that little clown toy that's sitting on the chair as the kid's trying to sleep and stuff, and the lightning's flashing through the windows. Holy shit, dude! Like I had nightmares about that little clown. It's crazy.
I'm giving it a 4 because I freaking loved. Look, take the fact that I thought it was really scary out of it. I actually thought it was a really well polished and tons of content. I got the platinum in it. I really enjoyed it. So
Nice.
I'll give it a 4.
All right. I'm gonna give it a 4 as well, and here's why. If I thought that it was going to be the same as Help Wanted, I probably would have given it a 3. Like, because as much as I loved Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted VR, it was also basically just a collection of mini games. And I think what raised my excitement over it, what I liked even more about it, was the October update they had that give you some like more mini games with full locomotion, and they really gamified it a little bit, right? It wasn't just these recreations of the original FNAF games. It was like, oh, here's some new and original ideas. And I hope that they've kind of ran with that concept and said, hey, let's utilize VR a little bit more. Let's not make them stand right here at this terminal. Let's give them some more VRAF things to do. So that's where I'm at. So you said what, 4? I said 4. We're going to give this an 8.
Seems right. Feels right.
Okay. And then there's Box to the Beat. I'm not even going to bring the trailer up.
1. This looks terrible.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 1 as well. Now, it could be good. But
no, it can't. It couldn't.
Why not?
It's going to be terrible.
I mean, hold on. If I have a trailer now, I got to bring it up because
is this the same game that released on PSVR 1?
Did this release on PSVR 1?
Or was that just another?
Oh, you're talking about Box VR.
No.
What were you talking about? What
I thought this was a PSVR 1 game as well.
I don't think so. I don't remember this coming out on PSVR 1.
I still, just the name alone gets a 1.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm always down. Like, I actually really liked Box VR. And it was buggy and it had tracking issues.
This is not Box VR though.
Well, that's you. I'm building up to that, right? Okay. So this looks like it takes the Box VR formula and adds to it, right? So not only are you punching and getting a workout and crouching and punching, but there's also walls that you're dodging left and right. And I don't even remember if that was in Box VR.
So the same thing we've seen 8,000 times already, and this is just an easy cash grab to cash in on that.
And if this has good multiplayer support, unlike Box VR, then this will get some attention from me, right? Because I played the crap out of Box VR with friends, and we actually had a regular daily workout routine, and we had a good time doing it, even though it was kind of a not great game. So if this actually can polish that and give me something that actually works better and good with friends, then dude, I could actually do this. So I'm giving it a 2. You gave it a 1. We're giving it a 3.
It looks terrible.
Okay, moving on.
Just watching footage of it did nothing.
Here's the interesting thing. As flooded as October seems to be with PSVR2 games, November is currently blank.
Stealth releases.
Yes. So not only will there be stealth releases, but we have a ton of games listed here that don't have any release dates other than 2023. And we're going to get to those in just a second. But first, we need to move to December 14th specifically, and talk about a little game that Incuvo is bringing us called Bulletstorm VR.
Ooh.
What do you think, buddy?
I played some Bulletstorm recently. I hadn't played it in like God knows how long. I never finished it either. So I was curious and I was just laying in bed. And again, one of the advantages for someone like myself having the PlayStation Premium collection was that it's one of the games on there. It was Bulletstorm something edition. And I played like I think a good hour of it. And it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun as I remembered it being, and there's some really cool moments, even just from the get-go, that are like, okay, this would be really cool in VR, in first person. It's made by Gearbox, who made Borderlands, right?
Is this not I for whatever reason I had Epic and People Can Fly in my head. Is that not it?
The original game is Gearbox, so this is obviously not Gearbox's team or 2K or whoever it is. Yeah, and it's just a solid, fun action shooter. It's got really nice set pieces and stuff. Because it's in Kuvo. I'm a little worried. I heard what you said, and I agree with you. I'm like, after getting dragged through the coals, like crazy through, with Green Hell, like, are they going to make that same mistake again? And it seems less likely now that they've seen how vicious the internet can be, when they don't deliver on what they promise. And so I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. Playing it a little safe. People Can Fly made the original. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
You're welcome. I do have faith that Nkubo is going to fix this. They're going to fix Green Hell, right? I really do think that I'm really happy that Green Hell came out and you know got the feedback it got, and then Nkubo in return gave us the response they gave us. Let's hope that they do deliver and do deliver quickly on all those promises. And hopefully that this is also enough time for them to fix Bulletstorm before it comes out, so it doesn't launch with the same issues. Because of everything that's already happened, I do feel like, to me, I want to give this a 5, just because I think it's kind of like exactly what PSVR2 needs. I think it's kind of what VR needs in general. Like
we definitely need stuff like this.
Like a big single player, fucking over the top, ridiculous action game with big set pieces, big bosses, big enemies. I mean, just everything about it feels big and just exciting. And I'm super down. So yeah, 5 for me. And you're giving it a 4, so that's a 9.
Yeah, I'm giving it a 4 only because like the trailer is lacking a lot of gore.
Yep, that's true. People have mentioned that it looks like it's censored for some reason.
Yeah, I really hope that's just for the sake of the trailer and not the actual thing. But it looks like it's got. I hope they don't tame it down at all, because that's part of the fun, is how visceral it is and just like crazy. Did Matthew Lawrence's Painkiller was People Can Fly? There's no way. There's no way that's true.
Well, let's hope Bulletstorm does well, and then Nkubo can bring us Painkiller as well. All right, so this brings us back to a whole different list, right? We're getting basically back to the point where any of these games could release at any point throughout the course from now until the end of the year, right? These are all games that say sometime in 2023, and AJ, we're running the fuck out of time in 2023. We've only got 4 months left. In 2 days, I forget how many days are in.
So it's safe to assume that some of these games are going to slip into 2024. Some of them are likely not even going to ever come out, because that's just the way things happen.
So along with rating our hype level for these next, I don't know, is it 10 games? It looks like it's 15 games, something like that. We also need to speculate and guess when these things are actually coming.
You're missing a big one, by the way.
I already added it back into my list. It'll be the first one we talk about.
Okay.
Because I remembered halfway through this conversation.
Okay.
And so we'll also put a speculative release date, release window on these things as we rate our hype. Starting with a game we're very excited for, despite the fact that we haven't seen a single fucking second of gameplay, and that is Skydance Interactive's Behemoth. Just an amazing cinematic trailer that came out months ago, and we still haven't seen anything. I don't think I could be any more excited for a game that I've never seen gameplay footage of, AJ. So despite the fact that this doesn't have a release date and we haven't seen gameplay, I'm still giving it a 5 because it has good pedigree. This is a great studio. 5 out of 5.
Yeah, and they've made 2 releases so far on PSVR and PSVR2, and they're both what I consider some of the best VR games ever made. I am a little concerned that we haven't seen anything other than a cinematic trailer. But that being said, it's Skydance. These are my peoples right here. Mm-hmm. They make games for fucking video gamers, man. And they do it better than most people. So they're one of the studios that just get it. And when you look at the game, it's like a Souls, Skyrim, and Shadow of Colossus blend. That is like a dream game looking. It is like a dream game to me. Something that's brutal difficulty, that's like, you know, dark and mythical creatures and all this shit. This looks amazing. 5 on the hype scale for sure.
And when do you think it's coming out?
Oh, maybe this will be November. Yeah, maybe a November release. Let's just fill in something for November.
Yeah,
why not?
I would love to do that, but again, we are almost in September.
It's gonna be like late December, more realistically.
Yeah, my bet is that we don't see this until Q2 2024. I bet they wait until they announce the delay until like December. I bet we don't hear anything until December, and then I bet they reveal gameplay. I'm going real fucking speculative here. I bet they reveal gameplay and a release date at the same time, or release window at the same time, because you got to give us something good with the bad, right? Say, sorry, this game's actually not going to be out for another 4, 5, 6 months, but here's some gameplay. Here's a reason to be excited.
Yeah, I'd be totally happy waiting on this game for it to be good, be up to their standards, up to our standards, and yeah, I would be totally fine with that. And like you said, that would be how they would do it properly, is to kind of be like, look, we didn't make it this year, but here's a first look at gameplay, and look how freaking amazing it looks, and you know, and this is what we aim to do. So give us more time, and you know, I think at this point people are okay when you're in a situation like this. Transparency really helps a lot, and just, you know, be honest and say, look, it's not ready. And people will go, what is, like, it's amazing people haven't learned from this yet, that when you go, it's not ready, then like, we need more time. And people go, well, it's okay, take your time. You know, at least, you know, I understand that there's sometimes like investors, there's deadlines, but things like that you have to satisfy and stick with. But better than releasing a train wreck that's forgotten about months later.
Yeah. I mean, you know, look, Firewall just came out. Everyone said it should have delayed this for months. Like, figure your shit out, right? Green Hell came out. People said this should have been delayed. You know, I'm like, delay it. Just delay it.
Green Hell should have been delayed. Firewall should have had a beta. Like, just, yeah.
Yep. That brings us to D-Day Enhanced. Strange Game Studios updated 32v32 military shooter for PSVR2. An update to the PSVR1 Classic. We played the beta for this. They've done Reggie's done multiple betas for this, closed betas, and then just recently an open beta. Everyone is having fun when they play this, and I just love the pure chaos of it. For me, it's a 3 because I feel like I'm definitely going to play it during like multiplayer meetups and stuff like that. I just don't know how much I'd be playing it on my own.
Did you play the last beta?
The open beta?
The last beta that took place? Yeah, I guess so.
The last beta was the open beta, where you could actually download off the PlayStation Store, and that's the first one I missed.
Okay. Yeah, I'm wondering if I'd like to see the difference. Not knowing that is kind of troubling. Makes this a little bit more complicated for me. I did have fun with the first beta, but it had major issues, and I assume, I mean, that's why you have betas and stuff, is to get all that out of the way.
Yeah. By the time I played the last one, a lot of the issues have been worked out.
I mean, I gotta go with my heart here, and it seems kind of low, but I'm gonna go 2.
All right, because the grand total of 5. Again, I love that all these different these PvP shooters all have their own thing going on, and I love that this one is just over the top with multiplayer.
Yeah, if this game actually has like enhanced graphics and stuff, and then like, you know, is some of the rough edges ironed out and whatnot, like, it's gonna be awesome. So it'll be a lot of fun.
The next one coming out in 2023 is VRSO Bare Knuckle Fighting, which I actually don't have anything to show here. They haven't released any gameplay. They've just shown some screenshots and some mocap things. And I don't know, man, like maybe 2. I just don't, until I see a trailer. I don't care all that much. It's coming from the team that made Ven VR Adventure.
Ven VR, is Ven VR not supposed to come out this year? I thought it was.
So a lot of developers have said, "Hey, coming soon," or "coming very soon," but not said coming 2023. And so games like Ven, games like Ultra Wings, games like even I want to say Shit, what else? Like there were a lot of games that came across the desk today that I said, well, they never said 2023, they just said coming soon, and I'm pretty sure that's what they said for Ven VR. So even though I think it's coming this year and probably will be out in November, I didn't add it to the list because we already had enough games.
Well, I'm much more excited about Ven than I am VRSO boxing, knuckle boxing, whatever. VR. Never, I'm not going to say it. I almost said something bad, Brian. Maybe, but I'm a two. Let's not make this complicated. I'm gonna give it a 2, and it's just because I'm just not really interested in it. Like it could be okay, but I'm not very interested right now, at least.
Okay. Well, in this next developer did say coming soon, and actually they said within the next couple weeks, but that was like a month ago. So we're going to assume 2023 on this one. This is Black Hole Pool. Black Hole Pool,
won't you come? You got to do that every time.
I take it back. You are the worst lead singer.
See? The chat disagreed. Chat thought I was a better singer, Brian, because they love my voice.
Yeah, but they're all subscribed to your OnlyFans, so they can't be trusted.
1.
Wow,
for
1
for personal reasons.
What do you get? What do you get against Swim Puppy? Induced juice.
First of all, fuck those two.
Yeah.
Secondly, I like pool in real life, and I can just kind of and I'll just usually go down the street and shoot some pool. So like it's not like I think this looks terrible or bad or hate. Like I just don't care.
But you can't walk down the street and play pool with me.
Oh, this. Yeah. No. Then this is like a 0.
Anything to get away from Brian.
Yes.
Okay.
Any chance I can.
All right, I'm giving this a 3. So that's a grand total of 4. It's yeah, I mean, I think it looks good. Like, and you know, again, these kind of things we just kind of need, like little staples to just have, like, sort of sit on our hard drive until it's time to play them. I think it looks good. So
yeah, I love pool, but I like pool in real life too much to be interested in this, to be honest.
Well, I like ping pong in real life too.
If that makes sense.
I'm really excited for Racket Fury, which also said coming soon, but not 2023.
But Racket Fury, you're playing against robots and like these cool environments and whatever, and there's like cool shit going on, and I don't know, it's not the same. Because I also love ping pong in real life, but and I love Racket Fury.
Also, the next time this comes up, can you like sing the verse instead of the chorus? It's getting old. That's all I'm saying. It's just like, yeah. I actually really always really dug the verses in this song. In my eyes, hang my tears. One thing,
make you all just disappear.
Oh my God. If you look up the definition of cringe in the dictionary, it's got a little play button, and when you hit it, that's what you hear.
I mean, you're talking about like the greatest singer in the world versus the worst, so of course, how am I supposed to match that?
Yeah. Okay, so that brings us up to holy crap, Arashi Castles of Sin. How excited are we about a remake of a game? Remake or remaster? What do you think they're going to do with this, first and foremost?
Hadou! There she is. I was trying to do my best like 70s samurai thing. I'm going to get a 4 out of 5 for my Arashi hype levels. I cannot wait to jump back into this game. If they had come out and said like all these, like, we've redesigned the sword play of the game, like the combat system has been revamped, which they've already done a couple times, but for some reason, like literally this game was good sword fighting away from being like a 9 out of 10 for me. So we haven't heard anything about that yet. We have to assume that the graphics are going to be updated and look really nice. Literally, but amazing level design, lots of content, really fun stealth gameplay. Of course, Haru. So 4 out of 5. Love this game.
Yeah,
we'll play again, and this time, hopefully, it looks beautiful, like it should have.
Yeah, I mean, it had a good concept, right? When it came to PSVR1, and I just felt like the sword fighting didn't feel good, and the graphics should have been better for, because it looked good, but it wasn't like mind-blowing graphics. So like the resolution at least should have been higher. hopefully all of that gets fixed, along with all the the smaller complaints that people had about trophies and in the not so small things like the left hand support was busted, and the selecting the level select from the main area, the lobby there, was like broken after you beat the game too, and so all sorts of things didn't quite work right. I really hope that Skydance can help Endeavor One polish this thing up and make it into something really special, because
I don't know if they're going hands-on with it. I think they're just publishing it.
They're going a little hands-on with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if
Skydance is involved in the development, but they're mainly assisting Endeavor One.
Yeah. If Skydance got some of their melee gurus to work some magic on this, 6 out of 10 or 6 out of 5.
6 out of 10. What are you giving it?
I'm giving it a 4, only because, I don't know. Like I said, I love this game. I think it's got great level design, and it's really good. But I haven't seen the combat, if it's any different. And like I said, sorry, hold on. The sword fighting is literally the only thing, in my opinion, that really held this game back. And that's a pretty big thing. If I could just run around the city and really enjoy the sword fighting in this, it would have been such an amazing game. Without that, it was still really good, but it held it back. So yeah, I haven't seen the graphics. I haven't seen the sword fighting. So I approaching with a little bit of caution here, 4.
Yeah,
out of 5.
Yeah. I mean, when you say sword fighting, needs improvement. Don't forget that it's for a game that you can be played in either stealth or full on combat, run into battle, swords swinging. I love the amount of freedom it gives you. However, there's no real freedom when it comes to the bosses. It is all about combat. All the bosses felt really underdeveloped because the sword fighting itself wasn't very good. So again, yeah, I'm with you. 4 out of 5 gives us a grand total of 8. AJ, we haven't been giving these things release windows because I don't think we cared that much about Black Hole Pool and VRSO.
No.
But Arashi, I think, would be a perfect November release.
Yes, it would be a wonderful November release. I agree.
Okay. Well, then let's chalk that up to November 2023. All right, man. That brings us to Border Bots. Oh God, this was the. Oh shit. Okay, so this is. I forget whose video this is. I apologize. I don't know who you are, sir. But this is somebody's Let's Play of Border Bots. So let's talk about this real quick, so we don't get a copyright claim. I don't care about this game. Upload VR is raving about it, which means it's probably not very good. And it'll probably come out sometime in September with all the other small games. Okay, next game on the list.
I'm refraining from saying a lot of other things.
All right, next game on the list. We already had a whole show about this, and we were not thrilled. Is Lo-Fi. Holy crap, dude. Lo-Fi is supposedly... Blair Renaud, the solo developer that's making this game, keeps saying it's going to come out when it comes out. It's come out when it's done. But then he started saying it's going to come out when it's done in 2023. Do you think this game's going to make it this year?
No.
Okay.
No. And I think if it does, it's going to be a really awesome tech demo.
Really?
I don't. Yeah, I don't know, man. My hype for this is starting to die down. I just feel like it's becoming too much of. It's seeming like too much of a tech demo, even if it's really impressive. Cool concept, cool visuals and stuff, whatever. But I'm just starting to lose faith here a little bit in it getting a 2023 release. So I'm just going to give it a middle of the ground 3 for hype levels.
Okay. That's fine. I'm giving it a 5. I also have way more faith in this than you do. I have way more faith in the developer. I have way more faith in the fact that it's not going to be a tech demo, because this game was a tech demo 2 years ago. The version that was out 2 years ago was a tech demo that said, hey, here are all the environments, and you can kind of fly to them and walk around and look, but he hadn't really implemented the gameplay yet. It was like, hey, I created a world for you to play in. I haven't actually created the play part of it yet. So I feel like a lot of the last year and a half, 2 years has been him implementing the stuff that makes it fun to play and the stuff that would actually keep people from calling it a tech demo.
Good. I hope to be proven wrong.
So for someone who's been saying it'll come out when it's ready, it'll come out when it's done, for him to actually say 2023, that's the kind of person I have faith in. When it says, okay, it's finally happening. I waited till it was ready, and it's just about ready. So 5 out of 5. And you gave it a 3, right? So that's a solid 8, I think. Also, I think this would be great in December. I don't know what it is about about Cyberpunk stuff that like just screams winter for me. Was that thunder?
That was, sorry. It was a big bolt.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, it sounded really loud.
Yeah, it was pretty close.
Oh, another one.
We need to hurry up before my internet goes out.
Yeah, I think it's December. But you think it's not coming out this year?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't come out this year.
All right. Then let's talk about our next game from Fast Travel Games, Vampire the Masquerade Justice. This is coming out this year at some point. Stealth game, stealth mechanics at least, and takes place in the Vampire Masquerade universe. Sadly, I've been losing faith in fast travel more and more over the years. I thought Wraith was going to be a big deal, and Wraith was boring to me. And despite the fact that this looks more interesting than Wraith, I just don't have a ton of faith in this. So this is like at a 2 for me, I think, at best. Yep.
Well, I really like, I mean, I agree with all the things you're saying. I feel like Fast Travel Games, they, with their first game, remind me of the name.
Apex Construct.
I felt like they did some really impressive things at that time, but even that game didn't like get it all together. They have this issue where like they're good at taking like worlds and building certain animations and stuff, but just the way it all comes together just doesn't. And but I really like what I've seen from the trailer. I don't see. Yeah, man, it's crazy. Sorry, that was a really loud bolt of light. I'm sure you heard that too.
Yeah, we should probably hurry up.
That was really close to the house. Anyways, 3. I'm gonna give it a 3. I actually really like what I'm seeing from here. But like you said, it's just constantly been a letdown, disappointment. So, but I think this looks very promising. So I hope it's good.
Yeah, I hope so too. As much as I kind of shit on fast travel, I also am hoping for the best. I want them to be great. I think it was Jordan F in the chat said, for some reason, I'm certain this will land in November, but I think it looks super promising. I'm going to go with Jordan F and say, yeah, November sounds like a good place for it. I think most of these games are coming out in November. That month is empty. If you go to Sony right now and say, I'm releasing a PSVR2 game, they say, well, November is wide open. So I think that's where a lot of these are going to land. Living Legend with the Canadian $5 tip says, bring Pumpkin Jack to VR. One of the best Halloween themed games. Extremely underrated. What's Pumpkin Jack? I'm going to have to look this up when we're not in the middle of a thunderstorm.
I mean,
copy and paste that.
Is it the Nightmare Before Christmas guy?
Oh. Jack Skellington?
Oh, themed games. Oh, no, never mind. Okay. It's something else.
Propagation, Paradise Hotel, AJ. I don't believe this one's going to make the cut for October, which is actually fine. But it does seem like it's going to be out this year. Developers over there at WannaDev Studio have said that it's going to be a couple more months before it makes it to PSVR 2. So maybe they could rush it out for October. Who knows? Do you have any excitement for Propagation?
I don't know. I don't really know enough about it yet. I remember seeing a preview like 2 years ago or something, and it was like a teaser. I like this studio, but I've heard this is like pretty decent or something. But yeah, I don't have much to go on here. So I'm gonna say 2.
Okay, I'm actually gonna go higher, not much higher, because this to me looks like Saints and Sinners Light, right? Yeah. It's like a 3 to 5 hour version of Saints and Sinners that seems like it all takes place in this one hotel because of the name of the game, and it's, from what I've heard, it's episode 1, right? So it's just the beginning of a bigger adventure. So I'm gonna go with 3 just to kind of not get too excited. What did you give it, 2?
A 2.
All right, that's 5 total. And you know what? I'm going to say
people are talking about Raiden is like fighting outside my house right now. I love you guys.
Yeah, I think this will be out in November. I don't think it's going to quite make the cut for October. What do you think? Think they're going to do it? Make it to October?
No, it'll be like December.
Oh damn, that wouldn't be bad either. We've only got one game for December right now. All right, one of the bigger cross-platform games on our list is Archaeac's next game. We haven't seen them for a while, not since Freediver Triton Down over here on PSVR, and that's Journey to Foundation, based on the Isaac Asimov books. I don't know, man. I'm like super excited for this, and I think my excitement's getting in the way of what we're actually going to get. I'm a little concerned that like I'm overestimating how big or how great this game could be. That said, I'm at a 5 out of 5. Like I can't talk myself down from the hype train.
Yeah, this one's very tricky because what it's promising is quite a lot, and I love Archaeact, but I don't know if they've ever delivered like everything they've intended. Ooh, I really like the TV show, and I started reading the books. It's a cool concept. There's a lot of cool stuff to explore here in a game.
Yeah.
It's just, does that ever really perfectly translate over? Like, there's a lot of cool stuff here. I'm gonna go 4. I'm gonna play it a little safe and just go 4. That's that's being very hopeful as well. Like that this is as good as it seems like it's gonna be. I've been following all of their little interview series things, getting more info on the game. I like what they're sharing, what they're saying. I love the source material they're using. It could look beautiful as well. I'm gonna give a 4.
Okay, that gives us a grand total of 9. I'm glad you're playing a little safer than I am, because I do feel like I'm out on a limb here. Because as much as I love Archaeact, I don't think they've quite deserved a 5 from me. But I'm very hopeful.
Yeah, I like them a lot, but they haven't really hit on everything yet.
Yeah. What do you think? November, December? Where are we at with this one?
When's the season end? Be a good time to drop it. It feels like it's approaching, right? Like
those devlogs make it seem like it's right around the corner.
Yeah, I don't know what is with November being so blank. Like maybe December.
Yeah, I feel like there's something about this game and a couple of the other games that I've seen like that. When I look at them, something about it just makes me want to play them when it starts snowing. Right? It's like, oh, I'm in the Christmas kind of like not that I get out of my apartment much, but like there's something about when it snows where you just kind of want to snuggle inside and like stay inside and like have the heat on and do comforting things. And there's certain games that's just sort of like, say, Brian, you want to play this during those moments of your life, during those seasons in your life, and this for me seems like one of those games I want to play when it's snowing out. And so December works for me. It also reminds me of being a kid and like, getting a game on Christmas vacation and you get to just fucking play it and not worry about school for a little bit. Like there's something about that. All right, man. That brings us to roguelite shooter, The Foglands. And dude, every time they talk about this game, they make it seem more and more impressive. I thought it was just going to be a fucking straight up shooter with roguelite mechanics, but now they're talking about scavenging and crafting, all sorts of shit. And it looks like it's a deeper game than we thought it was initially. I'm a 4 on this, by the way. 4.
If there's one game I will overshoot my excitement here a little bit, it's going to be this one. I'm going to give the Foglands a 5, Brian, for my excitement level, because it's like you said, man, it just looks really good. Everything I see, the more and more I see, which hopefully we're getting more stuff soon. The developers were teasing a little something. I don't know if you caught those screenshots that they showed, but man, it looks so atmospheric. It looks like another kind of like Light Brigade, maybe even, it looks like it could potentially be better than Light Brigade. Dude, just between the fist fighting brawler, like Western, and then you mix it with like this like kind of creepy horror element with it. Like, dude, this just looks so freaking cool. I love everything I'm seeing from this, and I hope it delivers. I'm going to take the risk, give it a 5.
Yeah, the creature designs in like I know it's called the Foglands, but like these environments with like these, you know, lofty volumetric fog like rolling in and shit. Like, I don't know, like the aesthetic for me is just I just think better than the Light Brigade. I really like the Light Brigade at first, but by the time you get to the sewers, I'm like, this just looks terrible. And so I
don't mind the sewers. They look a little iffy, but I don't know. They're the sewers are a little underwhelming, but all the other places look amazing though. Well, look like really good.
I feel like this has a better look to it and better enemy designs, and if you are really scavenging and crafting and shit, then there's just a few more mechanics that I'm interested in that makes it feel like a bigger game than the Light Brigade. And so definitely something I'm interested in. I'm again playing it safe with my 4, but I'm so glad that you gave it a 5. And this, I don't know, man. I feel like this could drop really soon. Like, I feel like this could be a September game, and they're just kind of either drop it or give us like a 3-day countdown or something like that. Like, I think this could drop like in the middle of the flood.
I feel like it's going to get announced in September, but it'll be October, early October.
Oh man, if they're like, yeah, this game has a creepy aesthetic, it totally belongs in October. Oh fuck me, dude. I'd like to like actually hang out and enjoy some of these games, but we're not going to have a chance to stop and actually play them. I'm just going to plow through them for review. Which brings us to Arizona Sunshine 2 by Vertigo Games. Not only is it a sequel to a very beloved PSVR game, but it's being penned by Rob Yescombe, so we know the story won't be as trashy as the first one. Like the first story, there wasn't even a story in the first game. This could be good. I just wish they showed us gameplay. 2023. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are that I want to give it a 5 just because of Rob Yescombe alone.
Nice.
Like, that is such. I don't even care about the game. Like, I don't care what the game is, what the IP. It could be anything. Mm-hmm. It could be. Hold on. It could be Border Bots. No, it couldn't be Border Bots. It could be behind the frames, perfect scenery VR. If it was written by Rob Yescombe, I'd be very excited about it.
I mean, I'd certainly be more excited about Behind the Frames if Rob Yescombe wrote it. That's true.
I would. I'm going to give it a 4 because that is like 3 of those points are just from Rob Yescombe's greatness alone. And the other point is like, it's Arizona Sunshine. It's pretty decent.
I'm giving this a 3, and I would be way more excited. Sorry, why'd you give it a 4 or 5? 5?
4.
4. Yeah, if we'd seen gameplay, if Vertigo had really proven themselves at all recently, which they haven't, I was really disappointed by After the Falls gameplay. I thought that was just really repetitive for repetitive sake with no rewards for doing so. The carrots dangling at the end of the stick were all rotten and fucking tiny and nothing I'd even want. So like, they've really got something to prove as far as I'm concerned with this game. But if it's like the first one, but more polished with a better story, I mean, yeah, we're on to something. So,
I mean, that's pretty, I feel good. I feel like that's 4 territory.
I don't feel good at the fact it's probably going to release in October though.
Well, we'll see. No, right. I'm pretty hopeful that this is good. I hope you're underhyping it. I hope it delivers because I love Rob Yescombe and his writing, and I think it's a very interesting mix with this game.
Tatum in the chat says, "I think we'll get Arizona in November." I don't think that's out of the question. I think that makes a lot of sense. I think anyone releasing a game in October at this point is out of their minds because it's just game on top of game on top of game. Okay, so and that brings us to our very last game that's supposedly 2023, but no actual release date, and that is Numata.
I know really nothing about this game, Brian, so you may have to start here.
Here's the great thing about Numata, even though this has been developed again by just one dude. And dude, if you look at the trailers for Numata, if you look at the gameplay, you look at the environments, you look at anything about Numata, you'll be like, this was made by one dude. Actually, is this the right fucking trailer? What the hell are we looking at here? This might be a cinematic trailer. I don't even know anymore.
Robert jumped in. He said, no way it'll look like the trailer in the actual game.
Hold on, Numata.
It must have been a nice looking trailer you were playing.
Here, let me try this one. Here we go. This one's good. The other one was actually Numata too, but this one I think has more gameplay. No, but this looks really good too. Like this looks almost photorealistic. This looks like almost like Village level of quality. And so it's like, I mean, come on. Again, made by one guy. This kind of looks like what we thought Abandoned would look like. Sorry, more sirens on my end. But dude, there's a 15-minute. If anybody has a chance, just Google 15 minutes of Numata demo or something, and somebody plays through. I think on the Perp Games channel, the full 15-minute demo of the flat screen
playthrough.
Of the flat screen version. And dude, it's everything.
That's the flat screen version, though,
dude. But this is and. It shows you what kind of gameplay you're in for in the VR version, right? And again, more sirens.
Maybe.
When I talked to this developer, and he said it's very much the same thing as Madison. Developed, wanted to make it with VR in mind, blah blah blah, the whole thing. Thrilled that he's finally getting to bring it to VR with all sorts of VRF mechanics. So now he's finally getting to do that. The crazy thing about it, if you watch that demo, you'll see that it's exploration. You're looking for clues. There's combat. So there's it looks like a full-fledged game. So I just have no idea how long this has been in development. I have no idea what kind of help that this guy's gotten. I don't know, but it looks out of control for a single-person dev team. So 5 out of 5 for me.
It does look very nice.
5 out of 5, but I also don't think it's going to make it this year because. I look at all the games that Perp is publishing, and it's just like bam, 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 bam. And I think Perp is too smart to cannibalize their own sales with a game like this in the middle of craziness.
I want to give it a 4 just because there was a Gamecat that told us, like, oh my God, like this needs to be VR.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. It's
so
like they said it like the day before we got the Numata VR announcement.
Yeah, it was so weird.
Yep.
I really, really want to. I think it looks great, actually, going by the flat screen footage, but that's all I'm going by. So I'm going to undersell a little bit here and do 3 out of 5 for my hype. Maybe I feel like this could be very good, though, if it's what it could, what as you described, what it could be.
Yeah, I mean, I'm only going based on what I've seen. I haven't played it for myself, and honestly, I mean, it could be an hour, 2 hour, 3 hour game or something, right? We don't want that. So let's hope for the best. Let's hope this is a nice, long, fleshed out game with a lot of great gameplay mechanics. So you said 3, I said 5. That gives us an 8. Do you think it's making it out this year?
Ooh, it seems really early. No.
Yeah. Okay, so we're both saying 2024. All right, so that means, AJ, we just... For anyone out there who thinks that PSVR2 has no games, it already has a ton of amazing games, and then we just detailed 40 games that are coming in the next 4 months. I mean,
yeah, you don't have like a list or something you can read down from the 10s.
No, I mean I can bounce around and tell you guys the only one game from us got a 10 from on the hype level, and that was yeah. Oh no, I'm sorry, 2 games.
Okay.
Again, I'm 3 games.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say.
Listen, the show came together.
There might be 4, Brian. There might be 4. You might want to check again.
This show came together very last minute. I wasn't even sure until about 2 hours, 3 hours ago if we were even going to do it. So I apologize for not having some kind of visual on the screen. But let me just tell you right now. I'll tell you all the games that get 10s, and then I'll tell you all the games that get 9s, and the rest we don't care about.
Do you want to copy and paste it? Do you want me to do it? No, good.
No. Okay. Okay, so on September 21st, Hellsweeper, we gave a 10 to for our hype level. On October 24th, Vertigo 2, that got a 10. That's the second one. Yes. Also in October, Madison VR, that got a 10 from us.
Yes.
And then no release date currently, just sometime in 2023, Behemoth, that got a 10.
Yes.
And those are the only 10s that we gave. And now as far as 9s go, give for our hype level, again, not a review score, hype level, Crossfire Sierra Squad. Had to be very careful about that.
Yep.
And we didn't give another 9 for a while, AJ. Holy crap. Phasmophobia in October. Bulletstorm VR in December.
I like this.
Journey to Foundation in who knows when 2023. The Foglands in who knows when 2023. And that's it. Those are only 9s.
Wow.
Yep. That's
pretty harsh.
Pretty harsh. And,
No.
and who cares about an 8 or below? Lazy developers, AJ.
Lazy quest ports.
For real. For real.
Yeah. Right, yeah. We got stuff to do, Brian.
We do have stuff to do. I got a ton of stuff to do. I might take a nap before I do it, though.
I do not have this luxury.
That's true. That's true. All right, man. Well, then, okay. And just before we get to 20 questions here, I do want to read out a comment that I saw earlier. Apprentice Summer Scales in the chat said, Megan was a disappointment. Smile was a fun horror film. I was so bored during both of those movies that as soon as they were over, I forgot that I watched them. Like after you watch a movie, you want to go talk to your friends about it, AJ. It was literally 4 hours after I watched Megan, and I was in voice chat, and I didn't talk about that movie to anybody. And then Smile, I was so mad about because I was like, this isn't a good movie. It's not scary at all. It's just boring. I was mad after I saw it. I was like, oh, wow, what a waste. What a waste potential. Really hope that we get some good horror movies this summer. Okay, AJ, are you ready to play a little bit of 20 questions before we call it a day?
Yes. Who's the guesser and who's the gamer?
I'm the guess. I know I've got the game. You've got the guess.
Okay.
Okay. All right, you guys. Help AJ out. He's going to need it. I'm going to put 6 minutes up on the clock, and you guys and AJ only have 20 yes or no questions to figure out what game I'm thinking of. Here you go. On your mark. Get
I
this.
don't have enough clean scratch paper.
Do you need a second?
No.
Go.
Is this game on PSVR2?
No.
Oh, shit balls. Okay. Is this game on Quest 2?
No.
Okay.
I had to think about that. That was a weird brain fart.
Might be only on PSVR. Could be on Steam. Likely on Steam too. Does this game use the DualShock?
Yes.
Okay. So it's on PSVR. Uses the DualShock. Does this game also use the moves?
No.
No moves.
I'm saying no, but I'm not. I'm going to look it up just to be sure. But almost 100% sure that it does not.
Did this game come out within the first 2 years of the PSVR lifespan?
Yes. That I know.
Okay. Thank God. Probably not going to help because it's probably like in the middle of the year somewhere. Is this a horror game?
Hold on a second. Alexa, stop.
Is it a horror game? Quit AJing it.
Oh my God. No. Sorry. No.
Not a horror game.
Sorry, I just told everybody's Alexa to stop. My apologies.
Remember that Neptune Flux exists.
By the way,
is this game?
By the way, no, definitely no move support.
Definitely no move support. Okay, I don't think he'd have to think about if Neptune Flux had thing, unless he's just a fucking evilest bastard ever created.
I mean, either way, I'm an
which
evil
is
bastard.
also possible.
Yeah, we know that's true.
Is it based on a popular IP?
No.
No, not based on a popular IP. What am I at? 6?
You've asked 7 questions.
So 7. Are you sure?
Yes.
I've got 6 here.
I don't know what to tell you.
You're like, yes.
I've been counting with my fingers. Listen, you're gonna run out of time before you run out of questions. Hurry the fuck up.
Is it a multiplayer?
No, and I gave that to you for free just in case.
Okay. Is it God damn it. Of course it's gonna be a puzzle game. It's not horror. Is it a shooter?
Nope.
Is it a puzzle game?
No.
No. Is it a simulator?
Nope. That's 10.
Is it a strategy game?
Nope.
Is it a racing game?
Nope.
Is it a platformer?
That would be a decent category to put it in.
You did not pull out the fucking marbles on me. Has this developer made other PSVR games?
No.
No. And you said there's no multiplayer, right?
That's correct.
Is it first person? Like the platforming character?
No. That's 15.
So it's third person. Okay. We don't have many things. It can't be Reaper Man because Reaper Man has multiplayer. It could be Ghost Giant. Is it narrative driven?
Yeah. 16.
Is Ghost Giant a platformer? That's a puzzle game. He said no. Shit. We're running out of questions. How much time?
Whatever.
Okay.
I'm actually looking something up because I just don't want to mislead you on anything. But
it's not on PSVR2, so it can't be Moss. Is it a launch game?
Yes.
Is Wayward Sky a launch game? I think it is. It's probably Wayward Sky. Who made Theseus, the Lost Bear? Damn. Oh, narrative driven. It could be the Lost Bear. It could be Theseus. Theseus, Lost Bear, or was Wayward Sky lost? Wayward Sky is puzzly. Does this game have any Greek mythology in it, or like Greek-looking mythology? Like,
no, that's 19.
Okay, 19.
So yeah, you got to guess now. And by the way, you asked if this developer had made other PSVR games. The lead developer did not make any other PSVR games. But they did have assistance from another studio who did assist studios making PSVR games.
Shit. So it's either going to be the Lost Bear or it's going to be Wayward Sky. Most likely. Which one do I go with here? Bound?
You have 28 seconds to decide.
Tool Shock. Made other games.
15 seconds.
Oh, man. Do I go with Bound?
8 seconds. Need a decision right now.
The Lost Bear.
Coming out.
No. Hold on. Bound. I'm going with Bound.
Coming out at the launch of PSVR 4 with a PSVR patch. It is, in fact, Santa Monica Studios and Plastic Studios Bound.
Okay.
Indeed. The original game was out before on the flat screen. It got a VR patch, mostly a platformer, very narrative driven in its storytelling. Very tough to describe though. Plastic is a strange ass studio.
Yes, I AJ'd the answer, Brian.
I don't know. I'm going to leave this one in Looper's very capable hands because you gave an answer and then changed your answer, and I don't know. Looper is the keeper.
By a nose, says Robert.
By a nose, and I do want to say the first person I saw say it was Discus, I believe. I was, and please.
That's right. Crown me, Brian. Crown me.
Yeah, is he giving it to you?
Yes.
All right, cool. Well, I wasn't paying close attention to the chat because I was trying to look up answers. So if anybody saw it before this,
it's official now.
Okay, fantastic. Well, you won. Congratulations. Amazing. Another Munjay in the books. All right. AJ and I both
Suck
have
it,
to
Brian.
get out of here. This was supposed to be an
Now I'm going to
hour-long
talk a lot
show.
of trash.
And now it's a 2-hour show. But not okay, everyone wants to give it to you. Everyone, no one minds that you AJ the fuck out of that ending. So we're going to give it to you.
I have no weaknesses, Brian. I have no weaknesses.
I don't know, man. I heard you sing Black Hole Sun.
I have one weakness.
All right, guys. Again, this was supposed to be an hour-long show, so AJ and I get back to work, turned into a 2-hour show, but I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too, AJ, and I hope everybody in the chat also did. Oh my God, Clark Kent. What happened to AJ?
Where did AJ go?
What?
Where did AJ go?
This is crazy. What the hell just happened? That's a treat for our audio listeners. All right, guys, don't forget, Crossfire Sierra Squad coverage incoming when embargo lifts. So make sure you go subscribe to AJ's channel over at PSVR Underground. The link for that's in the description below. Also, stay tuned for coverage over here on Without Parole.
So shiny.
Thank you to everybody out there, Rypop and Sci-Fi Gamecat Henry, and all the moderators that help this channel run so super smooth. Thanks to all the cats out there who support this channel financially over on patreon.com/withoutprogames and by being a member here on YouTube. Everybody who tips in the chat, thank you very much. Everyone who hangs out, helps with 20 questions, shoots the shit, keeps us entertained while we try to keep you entertained. And of course, all the cats out there that sit back and watch the show and don't say a goddamn word. We know you're out there. We love you just as much. It's AJ Monday. It's AJ Monday.
It's AJ Monday.
Can I cat the queue?
Cat the motherfucking cue, Brian, because I want to say see you guys on West Day 2. Steve, IRE. God, when you take off glasses, it actually makes things really hard to see. I forgot about that. Imzadi, good morning. Says, who's this new co-host? Aha, you'll never know. Flame Hat the Game Cat says, suck it, AJ. Hey, but that's not very nice, Flame Hat. Secrets of... night to you, my friend Nick Mulo, the Game Cat. Didn't you need to show me something in No Man's Sky?
I'll show him something in No Man's Sky.
Oh yeah. Silver Nexus, take care, be
All
merry, and
Man's
game
Sky.
on. Game Cats, he says. Secrets of, see you, man. Mark Pringles Leaf, Mark Proppin Pringles Leaf, I should say. Great show as always, Brian and AJ. Thank you, sir. Great comments in the chat today as well. So pat yourselves on the back. To Sayo says GG X Hicks X. Somebody wake up Hicks. It says AJ the glasses wearing cat face. Imzadi bye.
Bye.
Secrets of Gaisan fist bump to you. Markio the 2 Wise Underground Game Cat.
Hell
Elite
yeah.
Game Squad in the house. With the Miles reference. Elite, double elite. Robert the Game Cat. It's WrestleMania, baby. Guys, son, I already fist bumped you, but I'll fist bump to you again. Chrome Colossus says dreams still. The button pressing, joystick moving, feline friend says, I think AJ deserves the win. It was a hard game to begin with. Yes, it was. Highlight notes. What's up, dude? Says Bound was so good. Is the studio still around? He asks.
That's a good question. I don't think they are. They didn't have what you'd call lots of successes.
Alejandro, dear cat allergic game cat. Thank you so much, man. Says AZN Panda 510X. That sounds like your possible gamer tag as well, like your PSN name. XXX Dead Ghost Host.
Wow.
XXX.
Why's Flame Hat giving us a clown emoji? What the hell is that?
It's a Call of Duty a Call of Duty name. Anyways, hey man.
By the way, I copied and pasted this tip into the run of show forever ago, and I forgot that it's here. Speaking of Asian Panda 510X, he gives a $5 tip during the show, and I guess I just never read it because it's just still sitting here. He wrote, "I just want to thank you for the stream. You guys made my work hours fly by so fast." You know what?
Hell yeah.
You know what,
Panda.
Asian Panda? You made our stream fly by so fast.
Is that what his name stands for? Asian Panda?
I hope so, or just
I think it is, isn't it? It's AZN Panda. Oh my god.
I mean, if it's not, like, I'm really embarrassed right now.
I thought it was just AZN.
I mean, A to Z.
How did you get that? You never get stuff like that.
I feel like somebody must have told me. I feel like Asian Panda told me at some point because there's no way.
I
Yeah,
know.
you're right. I would have never gotten that myself. I didn't even get legendary. Right? And legendary is actually spelled out
with 3s as E's.
Pretty crazy.
Oh my god.
Dude, I got to look up Pumpkin Jack. I got to find out what this is. People were talking about it in the chat, and Oh, Asian Panda confirms it is indeed Asian Panda. Thank you so much. I was going to be able to sleep tonight. I was going to be like, oh my God, I'm about to get canceled. All right.
Robert the Gamecat says, aren't all pandas Asian? No.
Okay.
Some are born
That's
in the
racist.
zoo in America.
Damn it, Robert.
America. We're America pandas around here.
Arizona Panda. Oh my
Arizona
God.
Panda.
All right. Good night, everybody. I got to get to work. We love you.